Our research paper is on John Allen Williams, born December 31st, 1960. Parents, Eva and Ernest Williams. My parents later moved to New Orleans from Baton Rouge after my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. By the age of 3, my mother had passed away and my father had left the home, and I was raised by my grandfather and my aunt. After high school, I joined the Louisiana Army National Guard and I got married. And I had one son. In 1985, I left the Army National Guard in Louisiana and went active duty with the 15th Engineering Battalion out of Fort Lewis. In 1991, I served in the Gulf War, and I had helped with dismantling Iraqi warfare rockets. While in the military, I was trained to be a mechanic, truck driver, and a specialist for metal work. I also was trained on the Army Standard Rifle, the M16, in which I earned the medal of Expert Rifleman. Also in the service, I received 3 medals and several awards. After 17 years in the military, I was discharged with the honorable discharge. After leaving the military, I tried to open 2 businesses of my own. The first was an auto mechanic, and the second was a karate school. Both of my businesses failed. After that, I was married a second time. At that time, I had 3 children from my second wife. This was in 1999. A year after my marriage, my wife filed for divorce and obtained a restraining order for threats that I had made against her. In 2002, I was trying to get my kids back. That's when the spree broke out with the various killings on the Beltway in Washington, D.C. area. At that time, I was charged with killing 17 people in October of 2002, in which it was called the Beltway Sniper Attack. Some of the theories behind my killing was that people thought I was killing people in reference to, so it wouldn't look like I was trying to just actually kill my ex-wife to gain rights to my kids, but more like she would be dying in just an array of shootings during that time. I was later captured in Maryland, where most of the attacks took place. And although the attacks were in Maryland area, the U.S. Attorney, John Ashcroft, reassigned the case to a Virginia U.S. Attorney, that because of Virginia having the death penalty at the time, I was more likely to receive the death penalty than in Maryland. After several leads in which myself and my accomplice were involved in, the police had started investigating a liquor store robbery that took place in Montgomery, Alabama. After investigating the scenes, a magazine was dropped from one of the rifles, and the fingerprints came back to the accomplice that was working with me. I was later identified, and it was discovered that I had purchased a police car in the past a blue Chevrolet Capri in New Jersey. As the trial began, the prosecutor called for more than 130 witnesses and introduced over 400 pieces of evidence to prove that I was the mastermind behind the killing spree that took place on the Beltway. Evidence included a rifle that was found in my vehicle that linked me by the ballistic test not only to 8 of the killings in Washington, D.C. area, but also 2 others in Louisiana and Alabama. The vehicle that was driven in all the assaults and the killings was modified by my skills that I learned in the military. You were able to use the trunk of the vehicle, and I opened and drilled a hole and use it as a sniper attack from the trunk of the vehicle. And a laptop computer was also found that had pinpointed several locations which the shooting was involved. In September the 16th, 2009, I was set to be executed by November the 10th, 2009. I had the option of 2 different types of executions, either electrocution or lethal injection. I refused to answer either one of them, so one was provided for me, in which it was lethal injection. My last meal was chicken with red sauce and cake. I was executed in Greenville Correctional Center in Greenville County, Virginia. My body was cremated, and my ashes was given to my first child.